Today's episode is brought to you by Destiny's Accessories, located inside of A.V. Lopez at 3831 Boca Chica Boulevard in Brownsville. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4. Destiny Accessories has all the phone and tablet accessories you need, including chargers, screen protectors, wallets, clips, holsters, pop sockets, cases, and much more.
Hi guys, welcome to Paranormal 956. My name is Bianca.
And I'm David.
So, I haven't done an episode in a while. But to be honest, I'm not really into the reading and looking up and getting informed. That's more like a David thing. I'm not the nerd here.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yeah, sure. You call it whatever you want to call it. But... so this one is like really like my thing. Like it's one of, I'm not gonna call it an obsession, but it's like I'm really into it. But now I'm not obsessed, right? There's like a line.
Like mini obsessed. Like what would you compare it to? Like do you like it more than Hot Cheetos? Do you like it more than Jenny Rivera?
Okay, you see, you're doing too much already. We're not gonna compare. No, we're not gonna. We're not gonna compare those things.
Bad Bunny.
Okay, no, Bad Bunny's not.
The Edgar haircut. Like where are we at?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. You got me there. No. Okay, so do you know like what this obsession is? It's not killing. I'll tell you that.
Screaming.
No.
Punching.
Just. It's on the list, but it's not that.
Imagine us doing an episode on punching.
It's a mystical creature, you would to call it. That's right.
Dragons.
Yes, sir.
Right as it finishes.
So.
Yeah, I know you a little bit.
Yeah, so. I don't know if you go by the, what's it called? The Chinese zodiac calendar. Do you know your animal thingy?
Yes, I am a rabbit. Why? Okay. Why is that boring to you?
It's a rabbit.
Yeah, most women would be fine with that.
Okay, sure. I don't know which woman, but so I'm related to the dragon.
Right.
I was born in 2000s. What year were you born?
1975.
Check it
yeah,
out.
Like I got my birth date wrong.
No. So I was born in the dragon year. Supposedly they have like different types of dragons, like a wood dragon, a fire dragon, an ice dragon, some shit like that, right?
Which I didn't even know about until recently.
So I was told David this. Like I really do believe there was a time, because they like usually people call the dragons like mystical creatures, or just they would come up in fairy tales or just books, stories of the medieval time, right?
Yeah.
Am I saying it correctly? Mm-hmm. But I really believe, and this is why I'm obsessed with it, that there was a time where dragons were actually like a thing, like bitch.
Yeah.
No. But I really like dead ass.
Yeah.
Like dead ass. Mm-hmm. In my head.
Right.
There's 100%, no doubt, that dragons were real.
You're really confident.
Yeah.
So the thing that I can't say, no way for sure, is they had to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's so many cultures and
the big thing with me is that you're going to tell me we had dinosaurs, but we didn't have dragons?
Right. And could they be the same thing?
Right.
Right? Like because we had flying dinosaurs.
Yes.
Right? Quote unquote dinosaurs.
There were some carnivores, or what do you call them?
Mm-hmm. Carnivores?
Yeah. I said it right.
Yeah,
right?
You did. You got it right.
I don't know. I think I'm kind of drunk from the shot.
You know what? I wasn't expecting to be drunk on this episode, but I did not feel myself right now.
Right.
I'm a little drunk.
Okay, so we took a shot before we recorded this a while ago. We took a shot of the Jenny Rivera bottle.
Yeah, which I was not expecting to do.
It was just like a let's do it type of thing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay, this episode's getting off the rails real quick.
Yeah. So let's go back to my thoughts. And
dinosaurs are real.
Yeah, I for sure think. No, dinosaurs. Well, dragons.
Dragons. Right. Man, this is...
Fuck.
All right. Maybe we shouldn't be drinking before we do
right.
anymore.
So the thing is that...
Dragons
are real. And let's go back to, like, my basics, thoughts, and...
Right.
How I come up with the, yes, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, right? So, one, it's like, there's a lot of... Like, way back in the day in the medieval...
Like before I was born.
Shit, yes.
That far back.
Yeah, like...
Farther than 1975.
Yeah, I think it's more than that. Isn't it like BC or some shit like that?
I don't know.
Should it be BC?
Could be, yeah.
Or is there any dragons in the Bible?
Yes. So Jesus is in the what they call AD, right? So modern times, I guess you could say. So they use the birth of Jesus as year 1.
Right.
Right. So we came up with our date, 1920, all those.
After
we
Christ.
came after. There was a more recent thing where people were like, you know what? We should really be numbering these years.
Okay.
Like, well, how many years have there been? Like, let's just go start with Jesus was born. That's year 1.
Right.
Right. And so there's been some miscalculations and everything, but we are where we are, right? So before that, they call it BC, before Christ. And then after is AD, which means Anno Domini, which is after Jesus, right? And so we're in the AD. And so the book of Revelations was written in the AD, like 300 to 500 AD. Those dragons are part of a dream that somebody's writing about. So it's not like they were looking out and there was a dragon, right? But in the other Bible, right, because there's the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Oh, that's true.
So in the Old Testament, they do talk about these beasts that you could kind of think of as maybe those were dinosaurs, or maybe those were dragons, or maybe those...
But they don't specify a name for them.
Right. They were just...
So is this something we came up with? Like the name we came up with?
So I'm not sure with that, because that's what I really don't understand is where this came from. And the kind of little kernel to me that shows like maybe they are real is that there's dragons in like Mexico archaeology.
Right.
And there's dragons in Chinese archaeology.
Right.
Like people that didn't talk to each other.
Yeah, you're looking from one side of the world to the other.
And so they all have these same dragons? Like where does...
The mystical creature. Yeah.
Where did that come from? And so that's the only thing is like...
You think there were dogs like to them back in the day?
I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. Dog.
Right.
Imagine having like a dragon that you could train to do stuff.
I'm pretty sure they had like a...
So in your mind, right? Because you have this, what you call like your mini obsession.
Yeah.
What was the world like? And how did the dragons work in this world of yours? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you see knights and princesses and dragons, or is there like something else?
No, you see, no, not like that.
I have to clarify.
Right. Okay. So my thing, it's more like I really believe if, like to me, let's say I kind of figure dragons as in like horses.
Like livestock.
Yeah.
And you think like people raised them?
I think people raised them and they were using them like as threats or, for war, like shit weapons. Like that. Yeah, like weapons. I mean, who the fuck is not going to be scared of the dragon? Sure. Especially if it's fucking blowing out fucking fire and shit like that. And that's why I'm thinking like, humans can pretty much train anything. Yeah. So let's say back in the day, they were training dragons.
Yeah.
To me, that's like,
Like obvious.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like around the world thing. It wasn't like.
So like in the movies and things that I've seen of dragons, they're usually gigantic, right?
Right.
Usually.
But who says that they weren't like small creatures?
Well, my point is if they're that big, like I'm thinking of like what's an animal that we have today that's really, really big, right? And so I'm thinking of like whales, right? Now, of course, whales are in the water.
Yeah.
But they can go like 1,000 miles.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so like if you had a dragon like in the size that I'm imagining, like how hard would it be for them to go from Spain to Mexico?
Right.
Wouldn't be that bad. You know what I mean? Like they're these humongous animals.
And that's the thing. Like if they were breeding them, I don't think they'll be able to control the breeding that came from the big ones. They were able to control the breeding on the small ones. You see where I'm getting at?
That's where the small comes in.
Yeah.
So something that
like something they can control. Yeah. They're not gonna fucking get a huge ass dragon and fucking fly it across the fucking world.
Why not? We catch whales. SeaWorld was all about whales. Caught and learned tricks, and
right.
They spoke sign language and
well, that's what I'm saying. Like anything could be trainable at that point.
Right. And so if you had a dragon, what would you name it?
Bro, I never thought about that.
You want a pet dragon. Don't even. What would you do? What would you do with a pet dragon?
Depends how big is it.
How big do you want it?
Like a little bit bigger than me, but not like too much.
Yeah.
Because I think like if I got too mad.
Right. You need to be able to put it in its place. Yeah.
I was like, hey, chill the fuck out. Like,
I will say this for our listeners, and I've known you for a really long time now.
Right.
Like we've been friends for over 5 years.
I don't got anger issues. Let's just clarify that.
But I'm going to tell you this.
What?
We talk every day, and we've talked our whole relationship about everything, right?
Right.
I have rarely seen you light up and be as excited as you are talking about dragons. Like you're like,
it's like if I'm getting a puppy, like,
like you're acting like it's Christmas and I have a pen writing down what you want and you're going to get it. Like you're lit up in a way that I don't usually see you lit up.
No, like it's like, I think it's a little kid in me, but like dead ass. If someone told me, yo, like I got a hook up over here that got a dragon.
Yeah.
How much?
Really?
Let me get the cash. How much?
You're going to get a loan out.
Yeah, I don't care. Dragon. How much?
Okay. So this is just, we're learning about each other today. This is something I did not realize. Like I said,
no. But you believe, but let's say like you do believe that there was a time where dragons were real.
I can't rule it out. What I'm telling you is that it is very strange and has always been my whole life that why is there dragons in all of these?
Just mystical. It's not like a...
Right.
It's not true. It's not true. They're not real. Like, why stop there?
Right. So, I mean, when you think about, like, the knights in England, there was dragons. When you think about Aztec calendar, there's dragons. Chinese zodiac, there's dragons. How is it that all of these places, dragons? You know, like, even, I mean... Japanese and Chinese cultures are close to each other, so they're like in
the same area type over there.
So those both having dragons and heavy into their culture is not weird. But Mexicans,
we're all the way.
Well, how did Mexicans get into this? Right? I mean, it's kind of like the pyramids, right? Like, why is there pyramids in Egypt and there's pyramids in Mexico?
And they're kind of the same. Like, if you see like pictures next to each other, or like how they saw them, how they view them, they're pretty similar.
The dragons,
yeah.
See, and that's another part is that
there's no way there was like, hey, like I got a picture. Let me show it to you.
Hey, I got this joke. Let's keep this joke going on for 2,000 years.
And once the dinosaurs get killed, like, that's it,
and
guys.
Everybody's going to think that they were real and they're not real. It doesn't.
So that's the other thing. Like, whenever like they find the dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
Like, what do you know what it would look like?
Right. So you sent me a video about that recently.
Yeah.
And it got us thinking that if you were to take the skin off, like if you just had human bones
and
you
just put skin,
wrapped it like they do the dinosaurs,
it wouldn't make
like
sense. No,
it wouldn't look like a human. It would
because
have a
you need
hole in the nose.
Yeah, you need a like body mass, some characteristics.
Yeah,
like you need something to go based off.
Right.
And I think with dinosaurs, they kind of wanted to go with the dragon look, but they're not dragons.
Right. They can't use that word.
We can't use dragons. They're
Right.
dinosaurs, and they're kind of looking like dragons,
dragon-like.
but they're not dragons.
Right. See, and that it's kind of like one of those things. Like when you talk about like Jesus and this Bible stuff, or even ancient history people, like so Egyptians that had these weird powers, or Aztecs that had these weird powers,
Right.
And you're like, well, could they have been aliens? Like, could a Jesus be an alien instead of a god?
Right.
Like, if an alien came down and they were able to heal people just by touching them, we would assume that's a god, or you don't assume aliens, I guess. Maybe we would now, but we wouldn't back then.
True.
And so maybe it's like back then they were dinosaurs. I mean, dragons, and we just have a different name. So like if Jesus came down today and was doing what he did today, we would say he came from the sky. He's an alien. Right. That's what we would say. Like he's an alien.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the thing. Like people know about dragons, and they know about dinosaurs.
Right. But they don't think of them.
They don't think of them as the same thing.
Right. It's kind of like nobody thinks Jesus is a zombie.
But there's some dinosaurs that they like do the 3D version of them, the 4D version of them, like the skin, the wings, and all this extra shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, come on.
Yeah,
that's a fucking dragon.
That's a dragon.
That's a fucking dragon.
Yeah, you're leaving everything out but the fire breath.
Yeah. No,
Right.
it's like,
yeah. No, I get it.
and how do you know like it wasn't throwing fire?
Right.
Like what on the bone tells you that it wasn't throwing fire?
Right. No, that's a good point, because you don't really know anything.
No.
Right?
You don't got the nervous system. You don't got like
any flesh.
Skin. Yeah, flesh. Nothing like that.
So this is the thing too, right? Is I know, or, I'm the skeptic, right? So the one that knows science, right? But we have found dinosaurs that were like frozen over, or like their skin is still intact, right?
Right.
And so some of these dinosaurs we have seen, like found, have feathers, right?
True.
And so what we know, I guess, in the scientific community, right, when they talk about evolution, is that reptiles eventually turned into birds. Did you not know that? Yeah. So reptiles. So the way evolution worked, right?
Right.
Is you had like bacteria and organisms.
Yeah.
And then those turned into like fish.
So they go bald?
Yeah, so that's basically what happened. Right. So
why do you make it so complicated?
So this is what I mean. This is the way it goes, right? So we started single cell organisms, right? We turned them into fish.
Right.
And then fish turned into amphibians.
Okay.
And then amphibians turned into reptiles.
Yeah.
And then reptiles turned into birds. And then birds turned into mammals.
Okay.
Right. And so it kind of follows this thing. And so because of evolution.
But wouldn't that take like years?
Oh, yeah. Millions of years. Like a long time. And so my point is that we have found, like during freezing times or different reasons, things are captured, right? That aren't destroyed by erosion and what have you, right?
Nature.
Right. Is that some things have like a dinosaur that they found the bones years and years ago. And then they find one that still has its skin and meat on it. And it's like, oh, it doesn't really look like that.
Yeah.
This thing has feathers on it. Like these reptiles have feathers on them. So they're like turning into birds, basically.
Yeah.
And so if those guys can fly, we know that there's reptiles like aerodactyls
flying around. Yeah.
They were flying. And so who's to say that's not a dinosaur? Or, a dragon. You know what I mean? Like dinosaurs that fly.
But also like on some of the like Japanese, Chinese dragons, they have feathers. Like they draw them with feathers.
And Mexican ones too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you
how
see,
would they know that? How would they know that?
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I get you. It's very strange. It's definitely.
It's not strange. It is. Like, what do you mean? Like, it is. Like, they are real. Like,
yeah. I've never known you to want something so bad as a dinosaur. And like I said, I feel like I know you inside and out, and then this is like a whole new side of
no, but like let's be fucking real.
Wait, real quick before we go any further.
What?
Do you have a tattoo of a dragon?
No.
Okay.
I'm about to get one.
Okay. Now I see.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Well, it's because I'm gonna get different tattoos. But that's beside the point.
Yeah. You have a variety. You have
I have a list.
You have a small sample.
Right.
Of tattoos.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, that's what. Why does the audience have to know about this?
No, they don't have to know. I wanted to know.
Well, anyways, so like that's my. It's not a conspiracy theory because I know in me it's fucking real.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this is my.
This is more of an education.
Yeah, episode. It's more of a, guys, like, I know you like I know people know about this and be like, okay, now it makes sense. Like I never made sense of it, like dragons and then dinosaurs, but now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because also, how the fuck do we have the Komodo dragon?
And dragonflies.
Fucking shit. Well, that's what and they're flying around.
They're real for sure. I'm with you on that part. I'm not all the way there with dragons are real, but dragonflies are real. I know for sure. Dragonflies are real. I will fight anybody who says they're not real.
Okay. No, but like dead ass.
Yeah.
Like if a Komodo dragon is coming at you.
Yeah. Not messing with a Komodo.
That's what I'm saying.
Mess with one at all. Would you want to put?
What if it was flying, like with wings?
Not interested. Don't want that.
But that's the thing. I don't think it grew wings. Why? Because it's too heavy. I think only lighter dragons were flying around. So
this is how. Back to the evolution, right?
Mm-hmm. What if the Komodo dragons were like the pit bulls?
Mm.
Like, you know, the big ones, like, right. And they just had them like trying to control them, but they were like, like some of people were like, "Hey, those are too aggressive, bro."
They're very aggressive.
Yeah,
they're very aggressive. But this is what I was gonna say. In the world of evolution, there were some reptiles that had hollow bones the way birds do, and so the aerodactyls and all these flying ones had hollow bones like birds, even though they were like reptiles don't typically have hollow bones. But some did. And so that's what helps birds and some reptiles fly. So if you could find a Komodo dragon with hollow bones.
That's it. You're done.
You're done. I'm thinking of hollowing out my bones because I would love to fly.
With the gas prices right now? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah. So no more drinking before that.
Right. And that was just one shot.
Yeah, I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all.
We're not that lightweight, to be honest. We just ate.
That is weird.
We just ate.
We're not lightweights.
No.
We can drink with the best of them.
Especially Tony.
All right, so I'm not that good.
No, but like that's what I'm saying. Like we're on the same page that you think at some point dragons were legit, or we need dinosaurs as dragons.
I think that's
on the percentage
definitely plausible. Yeah.
On the plausible,
definitely possible and plausible, both of them. So I think.
On what percentage are you like
that dragons were real?
Yes.
I'm willing to go. If you're willing to say that some dinosaurs were dragons and we're just misrepresenting them.
Oh shit. Let me look it up. Let me look one up and I'm going to show it to you and you're going to tell me, okay, yeah, that's a dragon.
As of right now, I think I could easily say 80% that some of the people or some of the bones that we found.
Okay, look up dimorphism. Dimorphodon.
Mm-hmm.
Look that one up. That's just one. Dimorphodon.
Okay. Yeah, that fucking looks like a dragon. Yeah. So
That's considered a dinosaur. That's literally in Google. What do you call it? In the section of dinosaurs.
Yeah, that looks like a dragon for sure. And then there's another one here. It's PTER Petronodon. Look at that guy.
Yeah, you see?
That looks a lot like a dragon too. Even the way like they draw them in cartoons, how they kind of sit up and they bend their wings. And,
right.
like if you ID'd this guy and he says, "Oh, I'm a fucking dinosaur," you're
like, nah. Mm-mm.
No, that's a fucking dragon.
Yeah. Isn't your cousin the Komodo dragon?
Yeah.
No.
I bet you this guy here has a tattoo of a dragonfly on it.
Fucking shit. Man, you see? This is why I don't tell David what the fuck I'm gonna get tattooed. This is the type of shit he does. Because also, the oxalotl is like fucking billions of years old.
Okay, so that's something we didn't talk about too.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not a dragon, but it's not a fish. Or it's more of a fish.
Well, that's an amphibian, right? So it's not a...
Yeah, it's an amphibian.
So this is what I was going to say too. When... Like sandhill cranes, because I'm a birder.
Yeah.
Sandhill cranes were around when the dinosaurs were here. And so...
Is that the huge one with the...
They're pretty big.
The big-ass fucking beak? Or what do you call it?
They got a pretty big... They have a pretty big beak. Crane. They're like that.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of another one.
I think you're thinking of like the egrets.
I guess.
Or the storks.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to tell me that fucking Aztecs or Mayas were drawing axolotls like as dragons, because they weren't. They look way different.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like,
and also they're super tiny too.
Yeah, they're tiny and like they grow big, but they were in the water. I think that's the only reason they survived.
Maybe.
Throughout the years, to be honest. We gotta have an episode on the ocean, to be honest, because
for sure. How big do they get? How big do axolotls get?
They're fucking huge.
Like how big is the huge? I've never seen a big
fucking
one.
Huge. Can grow to be 6 to 18 inches. Fucking huge.
That's like... I was worried about it like crushing my car or something.
No. But fucking huge.
Yeah. I mean, when you... The ones I...
No, but they're like weird looking. That's what I'm saying. When they get big, it's like fucking scary.
Oh, yeah. That looks...
That's not cute no more.
Yeah. How old do they get?
Pretty old.
Man, you're just like so specific about everything today. How big? Huge. How old? Old.
10 to 15 years.
Yeah, I'm glad you can Google this while we're talking.
Yeah. Well, you can't do that at the same time?
I don't even know how to spell oxalotl. I wouldn't have even known what it was if it wasn't for you.
What?
When we met, we lived on different TikToks.
Right.
So now I'm seeing stuff and I know stuff because of you. I didn't know all this stuff before.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, Brooklyn knew about oxalotls before I did.
Before I did?
Yeah. Well, I learned because of you and you learned because of her, I guess.
Yeah. Well, God fucking knows. Anyways.
Yeah.
So dragons are real. Mm-hmm. We're real.
We're real.
Who says that they're not, though?
So I was going to say that too, because we We have talked about having a whole section of our show about cryptozoology.
Yeah.
And animals that
Like the
people
big
hear
bird
about.
and stuff. Shit
Right.
like that.
We did do that one. And so if there's like a big bird that we did an episode on,
Mm-hmm.
then what else could there be? And why? I mean, New Zealand is like an island in the middle of nowhere that things could be living in caves and who knows.
Right.
Especially if you're in your idea, they're smaller than.
We got volcanoes.
Sure.
And like in the mystical stories or whatever, dragons could like live through fire.
Right.
Who says that the fucking, what's it called? The meteorites?
Meteorites, yeah.
Meteorites. Killed them if they were living through fire. Like if they could survive fire.
Yeah. And also we do know because they found animals that have been trapped underground.
Plus, who came up with the rumor that they could like survive fire?
Right. They must have seen it,
Right?
I would think. I don't know. It's your show.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like it gets me thinking like more and more.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to think too much.
Right.
I know they're legit. Like it happened.
Had to be.
It had to
No
be.
other explanation.
Yeah.
I will tell you this.
What?
In my mind, having wars with dragons
Oh
is
shit.
way cooler than the way we're doing wars today.
Oh, for
I
sure.
would rather do dragons, if we're honest. It sounds so much cooler.
No lie. I mean, you just sending dragons out there.
Yeah, and then this is kind of what I like because I'm more of a pacifist kind of person as far as war goes, right? I think it'd be kind of cool.
But like, how would dragons? That's another thing. Like, how would dragons know? Like, we're on this side and you guys are on that side.
They're gonna have to wear jerseys.
That's what I'm thinking. Or like blue team, red team,
Right. Shirts and skins.
flag football.
Right. Flag football, dinosaurs. I would watch that. Dragon wrestling. I'm watching all of that. Or like in Mexico, they do bullfighting, dragon fighting.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
No doubt.
Especially if they have fire. I'm in. I am in. Can you imagine going out with like a fireproof suit to fight a dragon? I'd watch that all day.
Who would be the referee?
Not me. I don't want anything to do with that.
You're gonna watch it.
I'll watch it, but I want to be at home
Right.
on my couch with my tequila. Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't even be in the stadium. Fuck all that. I'll be at home.
You'll pay to watch it on
Right.
the
I'll do pay-per-view. Hey, you want to go? Nope. You said it was your favorite. I don't want to go. I'll watch it from home.
Right.
Watch it from the house. Stream it.
Imagine.
Yeah, I would watch that.
Like, even if it was a small dragon, so.
Yeah, any dragon I would watch. I would watch kimono dragons fight people. I would watch dragonflies fight people. I would watch all of it. I'm in.
Dragonflies?
Yeah.
Right.
If you could send... So this is the thing. You know, I'm real into nature, right?
Right.
When I first started, I was real into birds.
Okay.
Well...
Now you're into dragons?
Well, you know how hot it gets, right?
Right.
So the birds disappear when it's hot.
Right.
Like they're in the shade. They go... Like they're not flying around.
Yeah.
It's too hot. They find somewhere cool. So what a lot of people down here do is they also get into birding. I mean, they do birding, but then when it's hot, butterflies and dragonflies fly around a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's super hot, they just switch. Oh, today I'm doing butterflies and dragonflies.
Okay.
Right? And so I was like, I'm not doing all that. I just want, like, it's hard enough for me to figure out.
You were like, that's fucking gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see?
I'm turned homophobic all of a sudden. Yeah, I can't look like that. Right? No, but so birds were already hard enough for me to tell like the differences between, especially the little birds.
Mm-hmm.
A butterfly's like this super small, and then
like shit. No.
and then the dragonflies are super skinny, and so to be able to tell the difference is super hard for me.
There's different dragonflies.
There's a million types, and a million types of butterflies down here too. Not only butterflies, but moths and dragonflies, and then there's another type of It's not really a dragonfly. It's called a damsel. That's very similar to a dragonfly. Anyway,
What the
it's
fuck?
super complicated, right?
Okay.
But one day I was out. I had driven forever, like I do.
Mhm.
Got there. It's hot, and there's no birds anywhere.
Okay.
And so I'm like, well, I'm not gonna just go home, right? I drove like 4 hours. To get
Right.
here,
You
so-
gotta get something.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, dragonflies, I guess, right? And I never really chased dragonflies before, right? And so the place that I'm in is just full of dragonflies. Right?
Okay.
And so I'm taking pictures and trying, and the way that I do it, I don't know if everybody else does it, but when you do birding,
I don't think everybody does it.
nobody does it. But I take pictures of them, and then I go home and I try to figure out what it is later, right? Because I don't know right off the top of my head all these different.
Right. Like, oh, that's
Yeah,
that's Patricia the dragonfly. Yeah.
yeah, don't know any of that. So I just so happened to be really close, and this one wasn't moving, and I was like, I'll just catch it, and I can look at it real close.
Mm-hmm.
They bite. And
Dragonflies bite?
Oh, they bite, and they bite
You see?
hard. They bite hard.
So let's say the evolution got smaller and smaller and smaller, and they got to a dragonfly.
Mm. So that makes a lot of sense, because think about this. Lizards are reptiles the way dinosaurs were reptiles.
Reptiles, yeah.
But now they're much smaller.
But they're still in the reptiles.
Right. And so these ones switched off into.
You
smaller.
see?
Yeah, it makes sense. And they bite. Bite hard.
Why the fuck are you grabbing?
It ruined my whole day. And it's not like they're poisonous, right? They're not poisonous. It's just it's like a kid, right? Like a kid, they're not poisonous, but they bite you, ruins your whole thing.
Especially the ones with silver teeth.
Yeah, those are the worst. The worst. It's like, oh man, I wish I was more homophobic.
Right. Could have saved you so much.
Golly, I just hated dragonflies a little bit more.
So yeah, that's my theory. No, it's not my theory. It's my fucking statement.
Your fact.
It's my fact.
You know, we should. I don't know if there's dragonologists, but
Huh?
like a scientist of dragons or an expert in dragons.
We're gonna have only the dinosaur experts.
Yeah, so we can.
It's the same thing as a dragon, anyways.
So paleontologist would be a dinosaur.
Well, that. Why did I make it so complicated and call it something else? Who came up with those names? This is what I don't fucking like.
So
Let's just keep it
like
simple.
I know everybody. I don't know everybody.
You kind of do.
do.
You kind of do. You kind of
I
do.
know a lot of people, but I don't know the guy who came up with paleontology. That's a little before my time.
Sure.
I'm not even sure why that's your favorite sound.
I'm pretty sure that sounds like a dragonfly.
Oh, cricket.
No, I'm joking.
That's a cricket.
No, yeah. So yeah, that's a thing. That's like I said, not my theory, but my statement, my fact,
Your
my
fact.
my beliefs and reasoning for it.
And you know what? This is what
I don't think I'm that delusional though.
No, but I will tell you this. This is my favorite part of all of this.
What?
Like with you, it's like Jesus, maybe. Dragons, for sure.
For sure.
I love that.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I love that. I'm here for all of that.
So yeah. I mean,
I'm really.
is it because God? I mean,
He's like a deadbeat dad, a little bit
it's like
for some people.
for some people, then God it's like God, and then Jesus.
Yeah,
So it's like that's already
complicated.
like
It gets complicated.
a little too much.
It's complicated.
But dragons
Dragons make sense.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Here, China.
I love how you said here, like this is Mexico. Right? I love that. Yeah, we're not, but yeah,
Well, it's
the same thing.
it's the same thing.
Same thing.
What do you want to call it? Like south, north, east, west?
Sure. It don't matter to me what you call it. Like I said, this is your show. You're in charge today. Just going with the flow.
So yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. It's no fucking. You think there was like dragon dealers?
It had to be.
Right?
Like a used car dealer. Can you imagine trading in your dragon for a better dragon?
It already got 50,000 miles in it.
Yeah. Yeah, this one got into many gladiator fights.
He was just throwing fire everywhere.
Can you imagine? Like
he just had a misfire.
Oh. we got mechanic jokes. Made it to the show.
He doesn't have like the jeez. No. Fuck no.
Man. Yeah.
So yeah, guys. That's my obsession. It's been an obsession for a while, to be honest. I really like it.
How long have you been into dragons?
Oh, a while. It's been like a few years, I think.
Like before we met? Or
oh yeah, it's been before you. Yeah.
Wow.
For sure.
I would have never guessed that. Like it's kind of.
I think that's why I really like the color red, though. I think I really associate it with the dragon from Shrek. I don't know why.
The little dragon? He's little?
No.
Oh no, I'm thinking of another.
No,
movie.
Shrek. Do you remember Shrek?
Oh yeah,
You saw
yeah,
Shrek?
yeah.
The big dragon.
Which dragon am I thinking of? I'm thinking of. Is there a dragon?
I mean, a lot of dragons are red.
Yeah.
Like in cartoons, movies, or anything like that.
Right.
I don't know. I think that's why.
Next time you come over and we don't record, I'm gonna get that.
We have to record like our backstage thing.
Yeah.
Because we always talk stupid shit.
I'm gonna get that movie Flight of Dragons. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Like there's a bunch of different colored dragons and they like represent different things. And it's an interesting movie. I think you'll like it.
Okay. We'll look into that.
Well,
all right. Thank you guys.
that's it for today.
I hope you got you thinking and believing in dragons.
And follow us on YouTube. We're on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Not video, but
still it's audio, but
still on YouTube.
We're moving forward.
Big time.
Big time. Thank you.